Erik, could you give an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, hey, how's it going? Like you said, my name is Eric. I've been a student now in the real world for about since late last year. So I want to say December, November last year.
Mhm.
Yep, I'm in the sales industry, network marketing. So I do just nutritional product sales. That's pretty much the field that I work at.
Okay. So quite a seasoned veteran, as they say, of the real world. You've been here almost coming up to a year soon. So what
Right.
actually got you into the real world, considering your job is sales?
So I mean, I actually heard about it, online. Obviously, just stumbled across a couple of Andrew Tate's videos, and he was just promoting on different ways to make money online. So I consider myself an entrepreneur. So I'm always open to new possibilities on earning extra income. And yeah, I was curious about it, so that's pretty much when I decided to join.
Mhm. Okay. You were curious about the. So what campus did you get into when you joined?
Yeah, so when I joined, I initially started on doing the Amazon campus. So yeah, when I started it in, I want to say a month and a half, I started with a $2,000 investment and I doubled it. But then there was a couple of things along the way where I didn't know. Amazon has certain like product restrictions, so that ended up not. I didn't end up doing that more consistently. And after that, that's when I switched over to new campus, and that was the business mastery campus. So it's just that's the one I've been focusing on mostly. And yeah, that campus it just talks about developing your skills as a with a business mindset. Your people skills, just your business philosophy. There's just kind of like a lot into it to just simplify it in one sentence.
Mhm. Okay. Since then, have you joined any other campuses, or did you just stay in that campus?
Yeah, well, that's the one I've been focusing on mostly, the business mastery campus, and I have joined the other ones too. The creator campus, I decided to join that because, part of my my job is to create content, informational content. So I thought those will kind of be kind of go hand in hand. And I did just start the freelancing campus as well. I just started it about a week ago, and I'm blown away by the content that it's providing, the value that it's providing for me. So I'm just pretty excited on the freelancing campus as well.
Okay, and you implemented all the lessons from the campuses you've been to. How?
Yeah, just mainly it taught me how to make my philosophy as a business owner, as an independent business owner. Just talking about speed, do everything fast, zero distractions. It got me more focused into just doing what I need to do daily, pretty much to get more results, more value for my time.
Mhm.
So that's one of the biggest
What
ones.
about more specifically, what lessons maybe stood out to you? Maybe it could have been a professor AMA or something you see in a chat or from a course you read or from a course you listened to. Does anything stand out that you can mention right now?
So yeah, one of the lessons that really stood out. Again, I don't recall who exactly said it, but it's in there. It was regarding about your dopamine and endorphins as well. Taught you how to channel them into not be putting them to waste, but channel them into making me just focus towards working for goal oriented goals, goal oriented mission per se. Like if I said, "Hey, I'm gonna set this goal up for the next 6 months to achieve this," I like it taught me how to put all my energy into just that one channel and do it pretty much.
Or okay, good. Now, what would you say for how has your average day changed then? Since you have been in for 8 to 9 months at this point. So before you joined, what did your average day look like and how different is it now?
Yeah, well, before my average day, I would say I was a little bit distracted. To be honest, I would just listen to music, watch a lot of Netflix. Just I would have a lot of time wasters that stopped me from being as productive as I should be. So just really my days changed because now reduced. I don't want to say I stopped, but I reduced drastically listening to music and watching YouTube, stuff, information that is not really valuable on YouTube or Netflix shows, to actually now listening to more audiobooks, listening to all the lessons here in the real world app.
Mhm.
There's just like so much value to make you a better person. So yeah, just the information that I'm listening to daily, pretty much my activities as well. I'm also more focused on the gym as well. I work out 5 times a week religiously, so that's another big aspect of it.
Good. Okay. So, how has all of that translated to impacting your work and in a monetary sense?
Yeah, so pretty much made me more focused on actually working towards my goals and achieving them. I want to say before I was kind of like stuck for a long time making the same income in my sales company. So I was pretty much just averaging out like month to month, having the same income, and a couple of months in, just applying all the lessons, the philosophy, I was able to double my sales income, and in some months I even 3x'd it.
Hmm.
So that's been like the big result of just like learning all the lessons from the business mastery course.
Good, good, good. Um, so everything combined just made you a better salesperson in general, huh?
Yeah, it just helped me like really develop my skills.
Hmm.
As you know, the thing is, in the real world, they teach you stuff that they don't teach in a lot of other places. Like for example, like in my work field, they teach me, specifically about the product, all the benefits of the product, the benefits that it has when the customer consumes it. But they don't teach you like, hey, this is how to prospect people. This is how to talk to people, like how to use certain scripts. And that's the big difference that the real world taught me, is how to actually be self-confident and how to initiate a conversation, how to select, the difference between a lead to a prospect to an actual client, how to identify and how to talk to every person in like a different way depending
Hmm.
on what they are exactly. And I wasn't able to identify and do that before all these lessons.
All right. Okay. So since you're on this trajectory, where do you see your life heading in the short term, medium term, and long term?
Yeah, so in the short term, just pretty much increasing my income a little bit more in my personal profession. There's like certain levels, certain goals. So I was actually I could share that I was for the past 5 years I was stuck in the same level of in our company, and this year, in June, I was able to break through that and hit the next level ranking in my company. And that's something that was just outstanding, something that I was like hadn't been able to do for years.
Hmm.
So I just want to continue that path pretty much to, like grow more in my company. But also I like I shared earlier, I just started taking the freelancing course, and there's a lot of other distributors such that are kind of like stuck in the same place that I was. Maybe they're like not growing their business, their sales for years, and I could help them through like the freelancing, kind of help them achieve what you know has helped me, to get help them grow
Hmm.
as well.
All right.
So
Okay.
yeah, maybe starting an agency or like a freelancing. That's something more for long term. I
Mhm.
just started studying, but it's something I could definitely see myself doing. It's a possibility that it hadn't even crossed my mind before.
All right. Okay. Interesting. So, has the community within the real world had any kind of impact on you, or have you not really interacted much in the chats?
Yeah, I haven't interacted as much as I'd like, just because my days, and I don't want to sound like an excuse, but it's I'm kind of busy during the day, so my time to actually focus and it's kind of like cut a little bit short. And with the time that I do have, I've been just investing that time in learning all the video by the
Mhm.
professors, by the content.
Okay, got it. And we covered a bit about past, how you're doing within the real world. You even mentioned how different the resources are within the real world compared to other areas you've seen. So that's most of it covered. What would you say to people who are unsure about joining the real world because maybe they think it could be a scam?
I would tell them to, focus, really like see all the content of people that have all the testimonials of the people that have already been in it for months, and to try it yourself. There's, it's really not that expensive. So all I can say is the risk to reward ratio is very minimal. Like
Mhm.
there's just so much value that the real world provides that it's just things that they don't teach you anywhere else. So I like to say is that it's helped me, triple, double, triple my income. And and I was a person that, like I said, I was like just stuck in the same place for years. And if I was able to do it, so can anybody else that joins and actually takes this time to study the courses and apply them, to their personal life as well.
Right. What would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you were implementing those lessons that you had learned? Since there was clearly something there to overcome in order to get to that next step of income.
Yeah, some of the biggest challenges was it had to be just the time to study. I mean, really, I could say that people are have busy schedules, so that was one of the biggest challenges is just finding the time to actually study, and really like focus, because nowadays it's very hard to actually sit down and study online when you have a million distractions. You got the social media on your phone, you got this happening, incoming call, et cetera, et cetera. So that was like one of the biggest challenges. And as far as like learning to applying in my business, I don't think it was a huge challenge to do those, because it was very simple things. But there's a saying that says the very simple things to do are also very simple not to do. So I think that's what the biggest thing was for me, is maybe I just didn't have like someone to guide me and actually tell me like, hey, this is what you need to do. And that's
Mhm.
what the real world provided, is just like directions, someone telling you like, all right, do this, do A, B, and C, instead of, oh, if you want or whenever you like, do A, B, and C. It's just like a different approach until you actually take an action.
Mhm. All right. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's most of my questions for you, Eric. So for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
Yeah, just in my Instagram, it's Coach Erik 24, and that's Eric with a K, so Coach ERAK 24 on Instagram.
Okay. So thank you for your time, Eric. Thank you for sharing your story with your experience in the real world. And look forward to potentially doing a follow up with you in future to see how everything's progressing for you. And until then, I wish you all the best.
All right, thank you.